Season King. I was just detained up at the Lincoln Memorial for an hour or so, and basically I was just shooting pictures of the Lincoln Memorial and both my camera bag, and she said, give me the bag. I said, I want my bag. Like, are you gonna take my, she said, give me, she yanked it away from me and set it down. I said, you don't have permission to go through my stuff. And even there was the other guy up there, Bob, he was saying the same thing. I am not giving you permission to go through my things. And you know what? They said, we understand that. And they went through his phone, and they went through his videotape, and they also went through my camera. And they now have my 2 gigabyte hard drive, my little chip, you know, my whatever.
And they gave you an evidence control
memory
seizure paper to get
Yes.
you back. What do you have to do to get it back?
Apparently, call this phone number and talk to them and find out the time frame. They're very vague about, you know, releasing any. I said, well, for instance, how long? I mean, is this, we're talking a week, a day? How long? As long as it takes to review the evidence. I said, okay, well, there are a ton of pictures on there from a big journey, and I documented, and I need those pictures. And am I getting my card back with all the pictures intact, or are you going to erase them? The evidence will be cleared. And then by that, they meant the guys climbing on the Lincoln Memorial.
Excuse me, did you guys see who was arrested here?
No, we didn't.
No.
Do you know what it was about?
Somebody was
they're
protesting.
Do you know what they were protesting? Something to do with fathers' rights or something? To
They
see their
didn't-
kids?
They didn't say. They just
Nothing.
one was dressed up like Batman, the other was dressed up like Captain America. That's all they said. Huh?
Did you see them at all?
No.
They'll tell you better.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do an interview.
Well done, Mark.
Yeah, do an interview.
Hey,
you did a great job.
Quick!
Come back in a minute.
How's Abe's left? Isn't as firm as it looks?
We'll shoot off, yeah? Come back. We'll come back, Mark, in a minute, alright?
Okay.
There's rallies. Sometimes we did 2 rallies a day.
Oh, you rode over on the Crispy bus, right?
2 3-hour rallies a day. And the last day we did 3 rallies. Met with media throughout the day. Everybody really excited. It was a great time. Everybody knows. Time for a change, as you know. We're going to get my gear, if we can find out where it's at, all of my personal belongings.
About 5 minutes ago.
Well, I got out of jail with my friends. One friend, unfortunately, has to stay behind, but that's all right. We'll be there for him. Obviously, as you know, and as we have proof, trumped up charges going on. Mr. Dickerson, we're going to be able to prove those, obviously, beyond a shadow of a doubt. But as you also know, that's the general method of operation. Lie, cheat, part families, and that's what they're trying. Total disarray in the system. Looking every total disarray. Excuse me, optional effects in this respect.
Usually I can tell just by looking at this.
Just kneel down.
Well, it's been open for about 10 minutes. Nobody here knows anything about the British dressed as Captain America and Batman, who apparently were protesting for fathers' rights to see their own children, but nobody knows about it. They were taken away by security after the place was cleared, and nobody here, 5-10 minutes later, knows a thing about it. It's William Wagner, on second thought, in Washington, D.C.
Tomorrow about 2 o'clock, taking a lot of pictures of the wall, and there must have been 150, maybe even 200 people in the room, and 2 guys dressed as Batman and Captain America climbed up on Lincoln Memorial, the Lincoln Lap, and they spread out a banner that said Fathers for Justice. I think it was like fighting for equality for fathers and children in divorce they were up there a while, and they arrested 4 people.
Who arrested
detained
4
me.
people?
The park rangers, the national federal park rangers came in, and they cleared out the room. People were taking pictures. A few people were yelling and saying, "Don't take pictures." They didn't want pictures.
They didn't want the public taking pictures of these guys?
Yeah, and they told everyone to turn off their cameras. And actually, I got all that because I was videoing when this started to happen, and they took my camera chip so that I couldn't keep the video. They said it was evidence of a crime, so they seized that. But I'm sure there must have been 150 people there taking pictures and videos. And they ushered us all out, and I started to walk away, and I was way out here. I was a quarter mile away, and someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, "You got to come back."
Something just happened.
And so I went back, and they detained me and made me sit there and patted me down. And
they patted you down?
They patted me down. Yeah, I said I didn't consent to a search of any kind, but
and they still patted you down.
Well, they patted me down, and they didn't search my pockets and everything else, but they took my camera and my SanDisk iPod unit, which I turned on to record what was happening. Actually, after they started taking me back, not during the incident. So they seized that. They seized a bunch of stuff from a bunch of people, and it was very peaceful and quiet. Someone said that they thought they had damaged the memorial, but that I don't think that was true at all. No one was trying to do any damage. They just hung a sign up there.
So these guys dressed as
Captain America and Batman,
climbed up on the
memorial.
memorial.
It said Fathers for Justice.
Fathers for Justice.
UK.
Oh, UK.
Coming to America or something like that.
So these guys were British.
Yes, I believe they were.
Did they say anything to the police?
I don't know, because they separated us all, and I didn't see what was happening and talk to them. So there were. I don't even know all their names, but they were there, and they brought a paddy wagon after about a half an hour, and they took 4 people away. I did see them rough one person up. There was a heavy-set guy. And I looked around because I wasn't seeing much because I was looking on my video camera, so moving it around. And there were 4 police officers sitting on top of him, holding him down, and the guy was obviously in pain. And I felt they roughed him up. They were respectful to me. They patted me down 3 different times or 4 different times.
The same guards patted you down?
No, different guards.
3 different guards patted you down 3 times.
Yeah.
For having taken pictures. Of 2 British guys protesting lack of justice in British. Here with Captain America, otherwise known as Mike and Jolly. You guys speak with a bit of an accent.
Well, we're from England. I'm from Manchester.
You're from Manchester. Where are you from?
I'm from South Devon.
Do you have children that you've been cut off from?
I've got 3 children, but I've been reunited with my kids now.
So you've been fighting in England and you got reunited with them?
Yeah. My 2 sons now, they live with me. And I see my daughter on a regular basis.
Wow. And so you guys have made yourself a reputation in England for standing up for fathers that have been wrongly, brutally treated in English. And they've abolished child support system there, didn't they? The whole agency?
Everyone knows Fathers for Justice. No.
Please promise to send your chip back so you can get
no
your
one would
photograph?
answer any questions. I said when I'm going to get back, and they said, when we're done with it, I don't know. So, they basically, and I had a lot of family pictures on it, and my pictures of the trip down here and stuff. I don't even know everything that was on it, so I hope they don't damage it and I get it back soon.
Well, thank you for this interview.
Sure. No, it's on the pin. On the pin.
The other monuments around here, and suddenly there was a little commotion. I turned and started shooting, and up on the Lincoln Memorial are 2 people as Captain America and Batman. And they are climbing the Lincoln Memorial and putting up a banner. And I'm just there taking pictures, snap, and then suddenly security starts clearing out the house.